Oakland Stoppers. The Stoppers beating the Strikers 2-1. The club then hit the road, and last Sunday at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, Gene Duchateau registered his second shutout in 3 games, a 1-0 Stopper victory. Charlie Marasco the lone goal. Then it was on to Tampa Bay on Wednesday night. Tampa Bay taking a 1-0 victory over the Stoppers, but more important than the loss was the loss of the services of Jeff Wegerle and some hurts to other players. Well, this afternoon from Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, it's Oakland Stopper Soccer, brought to you in part by your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers, who bring you a new horizon in soccer and a new horizon for America. And by the professionals of Miracle Auto Painting, offering high quality at moderate costs in automobile painting and body repair, with over 40 locations. Hello, everybody. I'm Art Ekman along with Jack Hyde, and we're down at the floor of Lockhart Stadium right now, awaiting the arrival of both clubs, the Strikers and the Stoppers. It should be an important game for both teams in that the Strikers have to keep a home field advantage going. They've done a great job on their home field, but they have had a hard time on opposing fields like Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah, for sure. They've been losing on the road, Art. I think they haven't won a game on the road yet, but they're very, very strong at home here. They're 7-1, and we're trying to break that record now.
The Strikers don't have a very impressive record, but they're only 5 points out of first place.
They are, and I tell you, the most important thing tonight is that the Oakland Stompers get a win, because then it puts the icing on the cake and everybody goes home very happy, and it makes a very enjoyable trip with 2 wins.
It's been a very long road trip for the Oakland Stompers time-wise, in that we've had a lot of days and only 3 games in that time.
Yeah, it has, but we've managed to fill the time in between time, and I think it's been very good for the club, because we've seen a lot of players come together, and a lot of personalities develop a little bit more, and also a little bit of comradeship, and that helps on the field, Art.
The one disadvantage, of course, the numerous injuries. Shep Messing falling down on the AstroTurf right in a crease of the AstroTurf, spraining an ankle. That took him out of the Tampa Bay game, and also a very rough Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, definitely. Very rough Tampa Bay game, and but you don't forget that we have Gene Duchateau, who played in goal that night, and there was just the 1 goal that went through. And if you look, we've let in 1 goal, and we've scored 1 goal on this away trip so far. So tonight, Ken Bracewell gave a very stern talking to the team and said, let's have some more goals, fellas, and hopefully we can get a few more tonight.
One thing I was implying about was the fact that we've got numerous injuries on this trip, and especially in the Tampa Bay game, where we lost Wegerle to a rib injury, a separated rib, which should take about 6 weeks. What is the status now of Bozidar?
Okay, Bozidar, Ban, he's had a kick on his right ankle, and we've been icing it for the last few days. Don Chu, the trainer, has been onto it, and we've had him x-rayed a couple of times. It still shows no sign of a crack, and he's going to take he's going to be injected tonight just before the game, and strapped up very heavily, and he was going through a fitness test just as I came from the locker room. So hopefully he will play.
Jack, we do have a very interesting matchup between goalies here tonight at Fort Lauderdale. I'm speaking of Gordon Banks, who was all Mr. Everything football in England back in 1972, came across to America, and last year was the #1 goalie on the All-Star team. And there was a great competition, though, with Shep Messing, who was with the top team that beat Fort Lauderdale to go all the way for the championship. Even though Shep didn't get on that first team, it was still a great goalie rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what can you say about Gordon Banks? He's just one of the top players in the world. He's done everything. He's been on every winning team for his national team. He's won World Cup honors, and now here he is in the NASL. Just a magic name that crops up in the NASL. And then we look at Shep Messing, and probably he's getting to be the most known player in the SL, the most popular, as I say, personality, definitely an American household name now. So it's going to be a very interesting competition tonight.
I thought it interesting during the Tampa Bay game. I was behind the bench filming a special for Channel 4 coming up soon. The fact that so many fans came up to Shep, who Shep did not play that game. He had an ankle injury, but he went over and signed all the autographs until the police had to come and pry the kids off the fence. But he's as popular in any city in America as he is right with his own Oakland fans.
No, definitely is. He's a great draw. In fact, I heard just before the game that there's the friends of Shep Messing have come down from Philadelphia. They were up at the Philadelphia game, about 250 of them, and there's a big group come down here to watch him play tonight. So that'll cheer him on, and he'll have a good game, I'm sure.
Well, we've got a little change of lineups, and we'll get to those in just a moment as we get set tonight to see the Fort Lauderdale Strikers versus the Oakland Stompers.
Introducing a new horizon for America. New Plymouth Horizon.
Relax, Horizon can handle.
Horizon, the first American car of its size with front-wheel drive for outstanding stability. with front disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, and radial tires standard. The new Plymouth Horizon has surprising room and very impressive mileage figures. For comfort and confidence,
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way, and so can you. With mild, Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Seeing the sunset setting in that direction, I'm used to, being a West Coaster all my life, seeing the sun go down over the ocean, but it's going the opposite side of the ocean here. As we're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for the Strikers versus the Stompers. You see the Strikers there in the red and yellow shirts with black pants. Handing over to the blue-shirted Stompers. Let's run down briefly, Jack, the starting lineups.
Okay, Art, in the starting lineup, we have defenders Andy Rowland, number 12, Tony Whelan, number 6, John Ridley, a centre-back, number 5, and on the left full-back position, Les Peterson, 21. And then don't forget we have Gordon Banks, number 1, who will be in goal. In the midfield, we have number 20, Tibor Gameri, Ian Callahan, number 11, in centre midfield, and Ray Hudson on the left midfield. And on the front row, we have, on the right wing, we have Piper, number 14, number 10, Irving, and number 17, Dewsnip.
And the Stompers kicking off to get the game underway. That's Rosenthal at midfield. Putting the ball ahead, and it's broken up nicely. Les Peterson. Peterson starting his first North American Soccer League contest. Upset on the far side. Paki Panovich coming in to break it up, gets the foul. In the front, that's Norman Piper. And Rosenthal in his attempt. And he, Atuegbu with a sidewinder kick, putting it back to midfield to set it up again. Rowland. And a header by Lee Atack. But it comes right back to Giamari. Giamari goes high over the goalpost. Shep knowing it was high all the way.
Yeah, definitely. He just let the ball go over the top, and Gameri didn't quite get his knee over the ball and his body over the ball, and that's where it ended up, right in the stands.
The Strikers second in the American Conference Eastern Division, only 5 points behind New England, despite having only 7 wins to 8 losses. They've lost all 7 games. Look out. Here's the rush on the way. Dewsnip. Shep Messing with a job coming out as Paki Panovich puts his hand to his forehead.
Oh, and that was a lucky break there for us, but Shep's saved that very well. He got well down onto the ground very, very quickly. And now he's saying, come on, fellas, let's get it together a little bit. And here we go from the back.
As we mentioned, the Strikers losing all 7 road games, but they've been very successful here at their home field, 7-1. Lee Atack getting the push, and it goes back. That's Callahan. Ian Callahan played on the same team as one of the Stompers, of course, at Liverpool, Alec Lindsay. Shep comes out in a gutty move on the charge by Ray Hudson.
Yes, Hudson came through very well. Usually he shoots from the edge of the box. Art, he's got a very hard shot.
That's Paki going after it. Hudson trying to reach in. Hudson, a very aggressive player in the matchup at the Oakland Coliseum. I believe many of the fans might remember his tactics in that game.
Yeah, very aggressive. He's a man who's got to be watched tonight. And as I say, he's dangerous on the edge of the area, and he's also dangerous as he comes through. As you saw that he nearly got through to our goal there, but Shep got down very well again.
Jack Hyde, I would imagine we're going to see a lot of play on the right side of the field here in the first half, simply because of the tremendous injury list to the forwards of the Stompers. And the game plan for the Stompers is make them shoot over the defense, not let them penetrate through.
For sure. We go very tight at the back, and especially in the area.
Hudson falls down, and a trip. Atack. Atack doing a very fine job on Rob at Tampa Bay.
Very fine job. In fact, Rob was buzzing around all over the field, and Lee Atack went with him, and he hardly got a touch of the ball, Rob, all night long.
Number 4 is Hudson. You see him there. Hudson, 5'11". He's 151 pounds from England. Strong. He's got good speed. Very good control. He dishes it off. And the wide shot. Andy Rowland. So it'll be the goal kick now. Alec Lindsay going back to set the ball down.
Lindsay will take the goal kick.
But imagine he's going to do it with the left foot, don't you think, Jack?
Yeah, I think he might do. There it is.
Awful lot of power out of that left foot. Callahan heads it back. And we've got attack.
Well,
Attack again, working on number 10, David Irving. Irving's their leading scorer. He's a hustler and gets a lot of his goal opportunities on just pure hustle, Jack.
well, as we said earlier, Lee Atack blocked Rob out of the Rowdies the other night, and he's going to do the same thing tonight, I hope.
Oh, just misses the goal. Hudson on the far side. No correction. That was Dewsnip.
Well, Lee Atack stopped Irving all right, but Dewsnip ripped round the outside, and somebody's got to go with this man inside the penalty box. Watch the replay on this, Art. Oh, and Shep came out, but maybe should have had that ball. Just hesitated a little bit.
At midfield, the Strikers, no score, just into the game. Hudson at forward midfield. Headed out by Rosenthal. Archie Robistow. And Dewsnip, number 17, over the ball, gets it back to Callahan. That's Dewsnip, number 17. And Lee Atack is there. A nice out pass. Volker Foss. Foss to Peter Enders. Enders, the very steady eye from West Germany. That's Marasco as he gets tripped. No score in the game. Let's pause for this word with 39-21 remaining in the first half.
There's no doubt about it. You feel better when you drive a shiny, new-looking automobile. And a good-looking car seems to run just a little better, too. Now is the perfect time to get that good feeling back again at the Miracle Auto Painting Store. In many cases, reconditioning your automobile takes only one day at one of Miracle's convenient locations. So for fine automobile painting and body repair, and for greater enjoyment of the fun days ahead, drive to the Miracle Professionals and start feeling better again.
Keep your eye on the Stompers while you take a look at another great performer, Plymouth Arrow. This sharp, sporty little action car that hits the bullseye for good mileage. You get 38 miles per gallon on the highway, 27 in the city. And talk about convenience, this handy hatchback has a fold-down rear seat, tinted glass to cut glare, and reclining buckets to keep you comfortable. Arrow also comes in your choice of 3 different models. See this sharp performer, Arrow, at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and score your own goal for economy and fun driving, too.
Play gets around. He's got a one-on-one, and it goes high. And a nice move from behind coming in by Atack.
Yeah, they double-teamed him there, but that'll be a corner kick to the Strikers. Went off Alec Lindsay's leg there.
Hudson will do the honors from the near corner.
He's going to take it with the right foot here. Looks as if it'll probably be an outswinger. There it is.
Over at the egg move. Shep down on the ground is taking it through as Irving. Hudson, beautiful knockaway that time. Volker Foss to the rescue.
Very good on Volker Foss. He'll be looking after Hudson tonight.
Let's take another look at the save by Messing now as the Stompers at midfield. No score. 37-25 remaining. Watch this.
There's the ball over.
Back to live action. Really the first penetration so far for the Stompers. Bojidar on the far side taking it in. But back on the attack now. Enders colliding in midfield. The whistle blows. Came from behind on Ray Hudson.
Yeah, tripping foul called there, but I'm not so sure whether Hudson didn't fall over the ball. Yet I might be a bit partial out.
Oh, just missing Irving in the middle. Nice side kick that time by Norman Piper.
And a corner kick.
George Dewsnip on the far side. 5'7", 140-pounder, 21 years old, a young lad. And now Hudson takes over.
In swinger with the right foot. He'll curl in towards the goal.
Headed once, twice. Nice job by Atack. And Callahan, number 11, controls to put it back into action. Reversing it to Irving. That's Volker Foss, number 4. They get ahead to Morosco, but it's taken away by Callahan. Hudson justing it out. Tipped up by Lindsay. Oh, what exciting action around that goal.
Really good stuff, but the Oakland Stompers defense are appealing for a handball by Hudson there. Looks as if he knocked it forward with his shoulder, but the referee won't have anything to do with it and has set a corner kick.
Number 4, Hudson. Ray Hudson. Puts it on the ground this time. The shot this time is from the outside, and it's by Andy Rowland.
You notice that it's all Fort Lauderdale at the moment, and what's happening is they have about 2 of their front players up in the area, and they're attacking from the midfield. So as the ball comes across from the wing, the midfielders are breaking outside of the forwards towards the outside. They're ending up with 4 or 5 guys inside the penalty box.
Well, midfield has always been in a strong position for the Strikers. It's always been questionable on defense, but the midfield has been their big game. Les Peterson, 21. And on the near side, missing Jamari.
Yeah, a bit
the
of a
Stompers have put it in through him.
A bit of a slack pass there. Should have hit it forward to him so that he could run onto the ball.
34-53 in the first half. No score. Morosco at midfield. Taken away nicely by Jamari. Jamari to the near side. Going over to Piper. And Packy is there.
A good sliding tackle by Packy. He got well down on the floor and just went straight for the ball.
Crossing it is Jamari. And a try inside, that time by Irving.
Again, you notice on that play, Art, that the Strikers are playing the ball wide to the wings, trying to open up the defense, and then putting it back into the center where the spaces are.
Foss coming in. He gives it down to Geist. Give and go to Charlie Morosco. Morosco breaking down the right side. Hudson, number 4 on him. Here's the try for the center, and he can't get it to Archie Rubistov. The Oakland Stompers will return home to the Oakland Coliseum on Wednesday night now to meet the Houston Hurricane. That'll be a 7:30 p.m. match. The Stompers opening this road trip last Sunday with a win in Houston. Exciting 1-0. Andy Atuegbu with the corner kick now for the Stompers.
In swinger.
Coming over to Archie. Archie tries, but Whalen is there. And Irving knocks it over to Callahan. Callahan. Nice up pass, but Packy coming in beautifully to keep it at midfield. Enders colliding with Callahan. Got a knee inside, and Callahan all over it. They're going to give it back to the Stompers. There you see the winningest coach in the North American Soccer League, Ron Newman, firing his temper at Peter Enders, and he's getting a warning now from the referee, Tony Nobile, saying, sit down. I don't want any more of that.
Okay, Art, what's happening down there is that the coach, Ron Newman, is saying that Peter Enders went over the ball, and it could be very dangerous, that, because we could get a broken leg or whatever. But then again, the coach is up on the sideline and shouting about what's going on, and the coach should be seated during the game and leave the referee to do his job.
Pass going astray to Foss, and we see Gordon Banks to get the Strikers back on track with 33:04. No score here in the first half. Let's pause.
I have a carte blanche card, but I need an American Express card and a bank card, too.
Because there isn't any one credit card in the world that's accepted everywhere, not even carte blanche.
That's why I carry these, and that's why I carry carte blanche.
I agree. Everyone should have at least 3 of the best credit cards in the world, including me. And I'm the president of Carte Blanche.
Carte Blanche, one of the credit cards you should have. To apply for a Carte Blanche card, call this toll-free number or fill out an application today.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer. And I love tobacco. But I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. And so can you. With mild Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. But the best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Ridley of the Strikers taking it back to his goalie Banks, and now decides to get around Marasco and set up the play. 31:48 remaining in the first half. Callahan, what an interesting matchup that's turning out to be with number 6, Enders. Whalen.
Yes, Art, you'll notice tonight that Peter Enders will be looking for Ian Callahan. He's the playmaker.
Dusnep and Rosenthal. Rosenthal off the Israeli national team. What an experienced veteran he is. Foss getting in a little bit of trouble right now, but Dusnep and Rosenthal has to go back. And it goes out.
Yeah, Sam Rosenthal played it very smart there. He pushed the ball off Dusnep's legs and got a throw in.
Sam, a real quiet guy. One might think, being quiet, he'd stick to himself, but he doesn't. He has a great, enjoyable social relationship with all kinds of the Stompers, Yugoslavs, the English. He kind of goes between everybody.
Yeah, he's really a very nice personality.
Shots on goal, as you can see. The Strikers have dominated there.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't been down, and the Oakland Stompers haven't been down with shots on goal as yet.
Corner kicks, 2-1, by the way. Strikers' advantage. Atak puts it out, and we'll have another corner kick. So this will be the 3rd corner kick for the Strikers.
Yeah, the Strikers are looking very dangerous, as we said, where they overlap from the midfield and spread that defense out, and then they try and switch it to the opposite side.
Piper down deep near Mesham, as you can see that. Fakes coming forward as they move a television line around. Hudson will kick from the corner, as usual. Puts it up high, goes across, and a hand on it by Messing, and it goes back to Pocky, and Pocky slips it to his goalie.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too high for Shep to catch, so very sensibly he punched it, just cleared the ball over his defense. And now he relaxes, says, come on, guys, let's push up, let's get back into this game.
Atureku colliding hard that time with Rowland. Pocky heads it out. Ooh, nice play by Lee. Lee Atak just got a foot on it. Hudson and Rosenthal breaks it up. Oh, you can certainly see that the Stompers defense, how coordinated they've been to keep the lowest scores very low. And Charlie Marasco is tripped again. Of course, they'll be on Charlie the entire game because he is the power offense of the Stompers. Watch him on the replay.
Who is that?
Charlie getting the double team.
Yeah, and very clearly tripped there.
Job too.
Yeah, very clearly tripped behind there.
Marasco with 9 goals and 2 assists for 20 points. He's 3rd in the American Conference in scoring. Pocky can't get a piece of the ball. That's Hudson and Rosenthal. Into Piper. Lindsay right on Piper. Back out to Callahan. There's Enders pursuing. And the chip. The shot. Oh, it hits the side of the net.
There we say again, this overlap from the... There we say again, this overlap from the midfield, and this is the dangerous part. The Stompers now have got to pick up that man who overlaps from that midfield position.
Dusnep getting in from the far side and got a pretty good angle on it, but not quite good enough.
Well, Shep came out there, narrowed the angle, but and we have a substitution coming on.
Alex Lesh.
Yeah, Bozidar Ban has gone off. The injection in his leg obviously hasn't worked, and he's obviously experiencing quite a lot of pain, so Alex Lesh has now taken his place.
Alex, a very aggressive, young walk-on, but of course, it's difficult to lose a guy at midfield like Bond.
Yeah, Wisham misses speed. He's very, very quick, and he was combining with Charlie Marasco from out of the midfield position very, very well in the last couple of games.
Jamari setting it back to Callahan. And Lindsay puts it out. Lindsay and Norman Piper doing a battling job away from the ball.
I tell you what, this is a very exciting game. The atmosphere's right, the field's right, the temperature's right. It's really an excellent night for a soccer game.
Chasing it down is Andy Rowland. Back to Whalen. Whalen has not missed a game, not missed a minute of play in now his second season for the Strikers. Kakipanovich, nice move. What a veteran man he is with the ball and control.
Yeah, he looks as if he's going to lose it, and then he doesn't. You know, he's very, very nimble on his feet.
Foss, a timely pass. Over to Archie, double teamed, almost boxed him, but got away just in time. That's Enders. Enders putting it, and Banks comes out to receive it. So with 26:50 remaining here in the first half, no score. Let's pause for this word.
Chevron's in-depth experience yields more than oil. It provides fountains of knowledge to help Chevron develop other energy sources, to learn how to convert coal to gas and liquid fuel, squeeze oil out of shale, harness steam, and look into new rays of hope, helping replenish the nation's energy reservoirs. That, too, is the Chevron way.
Your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers now bring you even more action on the screen with Cordoba, the Chrysler for action people who like their comfort and luxury and like it delivered in style. Cordoba's become the best-selling Chrysler ever introduced because it gives people what they want. And if what you want is sun and fresh air while you drive, get your Cordoba with an optional sun or T-bar roof or Corinthian leather seating, the option that says luxury and comfort loud and clear. See the action car for action people at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Art Ekman and Jack Hyde from Fort Lauderdale. The Strikers and the Stompers battling it out. It goes off, and the Stompers will get the throw in. The Stompers now penetrating well. Watch this action while we broke for commercial right now. Atuegu not quite up far enough to get a piece of that ball as the Strikers cleared it out.
Yeah, a bit of bad luck there. The ball was crossed well by Volker Foss, and this is where the weakness is on the Fort Lauderdale team, is their outside backs. Oakland must take the ball round the outside of these backs and take them on, because I think we have the players who can beat them. And then the ball comes across, and then opportunities are set up.
Washington 1-0 over Vancouver in the first period. And we've got 24:54 remaining here in the first half. Atuegu to Lesh. Lesh to Rubostov, and Rubostov, the pass just a little off its mark. Whalen. And Callahan. Lesh breaks it up, and the Stompers now maintaining control in their portion of the field. There's Marasco. Tries to turn. Oh, what a reverse move, and is double teamed. Heavily interfered with, and he is furious. Gordon Banks picking the ball off.
Yes, we nearly had a little surprise there. A little spinning ball coming back to Gordon Banks. Could have spun off him and set up a chance for a goal.
I suspect we'll see that with Marasco every time he gets the ball. 2 and 3 men on him.
We've found out the weakness now, that left fullback. And he must be taken on at every opportunity. It's happened in the last minute twice.
Les Peterson, of course, in his first North American Soccer League start. He was a #2 draft choice this last year. Shep coming out, colliding with Volker Foss. Volker's had a fine game here tonight.
Yeah, he's attacked well. You'll see Volker moving up a little bit more during this game.
Atuegu gets the push, but controls the ball. Foss over to Lindsay. Marasco slips it back for Lesh. Lesh really wasn't ready for it. Callahan. Hudson back to Callahan. Strikers have really had a great deal of value out of the veteran leadership of Callahan. He's like the quarterback at a football field. He's simply the leader on the field.
For sure, he's there. He's buzzing around, and it's Peter Enders' job to try and cut him out tonight. Because if you shut out those passes coming through, if you shut out the generator in the side, then hopefully they will be very ineffective.
There's Lesh.
But there you see Callahan working his magic again. He brings the ball way over on the half side and receives it back in the center of the field. You wouldn't think that this man was 36 years old.
And Lindsay, the man who was kidding him on the plane from Tampa Bay. Boy, they had a dialogue going with each other as both teams flew back into Fort Lauderdale from Tampa Bay. Strikers, of course, coming from Dallas. They lost their last game in Dallas, and the Stompers coming from Houston, or Tampa Bay at the time, rather. Hockey over to Enders, and a nice pass to Volker Foss in the open on the far side. Of course, Wednesday coming up, we've got the game at the Oakland Coliseum. And it's going to be a great one with the Houston Hurricane. Don't forget to join the Oakland Stompers on the 4th of July as they battle the explosive Portland Timbers. And then you can sit back and enjoy one of the most colorful fireworks displays in the Bay Area history.
Okay, the referee signaling an indirect kick there for obstruction. Volker Foss is going to take it.
Nice high kick. Banks coming out, and he's got room. Banks, an auto accident, had a lot of trouble and lost partial sight of one eye, but has come back in a courageous performance here in the North American Soccer League. Peter Enders, no score, 21-34 from Fort Lauderdale. We have a situation where David Irving kind of cherry hangs like Charlie Marasco used to, just waiting down at the other end of the field near two defenders. There's Lesh against Whalen. Tries to cut in, waited a little bit late.
Yes, we'll see that. Lee Atack is following him around wherever he goes, number 10, and so far, Lee Atack has got the better of him. He's shut him out completely. But it'll be a very interesting duel.
There's the battle right there. And that wasn't too popular a decision. Let's see if we can see it better on the replay.
There he goes. Lee Atack is going for the ball, and the referee said, that's fine. Lee, you went for the ball, and all right, he fell over Lee as Lee went down. There's a few fans here who kind of interpreted it the other way, but...
Irving has 12 points on the season, 5 goals and 2 assists. Their leading scorers we mentioned prior. Rubostov trying to chase it down. Ooh, he gets around him on a nice move. And it goes out. It might be a Stompers corner kick. Yes, it will.
That's a good move by Archie there. He's got to go round the outside, and if he can't get round him, then let's kick it off his legs. Let's get a corner kick. An in-swinger now, left-footed kick.
Lesh, and breaking it up.
Yeah, not quite high enough there.
It was Andy Rowland breaking it up. Foss, a shot from the outside, deflected by Callahan. And a corner kick opportunity once again. Andy Atuegbu this time, moving over.
It's a couple of bad corner kicks we've had so far. We need the ball up about on the 12-yard spot, on the penalty spot. Let's see if Andy can curl it in this time. That's a little better.
Nice curl, and Whalen beats Rubostov to it, and the strikers take it. Lindsay breaks it up, putting it into the air. Atuegbu heads it and takes it in. Look out! Oh, Banks is there to catch it on the corner and move it out of bounds for another corner kick. Lots of exciting possession play now for the Stompers.
This is what the Stompers have got to do, and they're doing it very well at the moment.
19-11 remaining, and there it is, indirectly, and it goes up and out. So with 19:06 remaining here in the first half, we have no score from Fort Lauderdale. The Stompers will put it in play.
Smiles come in all sizes. Here's one that's as big as all California. It's ours. We're PSA, the airline that brings more of California closer to you, which is worth remembering and smiling about.
PSA, we're saving a smile for you.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way, and so can you. With mild, Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Stompers doing a nice job, Jack Hyde, as far as filling the passing lanes. Not only the one-on-one coverage, but also Pocky several times while we were away for commercial broke into the logical passing lane to break up the play.
Definitely, they've got back into this game in the last 10 minutes.
Hudson in the corner against Alec Lindsay. And Shep is there. Puts a long one out. And Lesh trying to get to it in time. Did he? No, he did not. Here you get an idea as to the domination as far as shots on goal, but as we saw in the Tampa Bay game the other night, even though the Stompers were outshot something like 26-6, Jack Hyde, the Stompers had a good chance.
For sure, because some of these shots are taken way outside the box, and they're not really chances. As you saw on there, these balls that are coming across the goal that we've had from the corner kicks that are laid across the face of the goal on the floor have been very dangerous. We could have had possibly one goal down here at against Gordon Banks already.
What a job by Foss that time, taking it away. He's only got one helper in a trailer in Charlie Marasco. He goes to the one man up in front, Rubestov, back to Marasco. Get the double team, gets it away in time to Enders. Back to it, Marasco, and he couldn't quite control. Banks comes out.
Very nice little flick by Charlie. The ball was played just a little bit behind him, so he brought his leg back and kind of just flicked it past him with his heel. Very, very nice move.
That's Piper and Whalen. Whalen played for Manchester United before coming over to America.
Okay, Art, now you notice that in the last 5 minutes now, their midfield, the Fort Lauderdale Strikers midfield has been shut off a little bit. And as we said before, you shut the engine off, and now the team breaks down. They're now pushing passes through where there's no one going.
Lead to Marasco. Marasco bouncing it off Whalen. Whalen very big and strong, and he puts him down. It'll go back to the Stompers with a throw in. We mentioned before on July 4th, the Oakland Stompers versus Portland. It'll be fireworks galore after the game, but also ball night for the first 3,000 youngsters entering the stadium receiving an official North American Soccer League soccer ball. That's Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., 4th of July, triple-header action with the Stompers meeting the Timbers, free ball night, and the Stompers fans' own spectacular fireworks display. Hudson with Enders. Jamari puts it over to the near side to Rowland. Rowland, the leading penalty man of the club, and he tries to put it inside, but right there is Atack.
Okay, the Stompers are picking up the forwards a lot better now, and also this overlapping midfielder. They're going more man for man. Callaghan is marked, and also Hudson. And people were matched up very well in the penalty area just then.
Hudson from the corner.
An out-swinging corner here.
Get an excellent opportunity here, Jack, to see the wall or the action inside that penalty box area off the kick. Oh, what a stop by Shep Messing. Oh, he just got a hand on it coming down, Jack.
He's got a hand, I think, but the problem was that I think Lee Atack was the wrong side of Irving. Maybe we can see that on a replay again.
Looks like Shep might have hit his head on the goalpost.
It looks like it.
Rosenthal clears. Let's see now exactly what happened. The header comes in. It's deflected by a Stomper. Messing gets it in there, and look at Alec Lindsay.
A very good clear by Alec Lindsay there, but the sort of things that we don't want to happen down that end, you know?
That's too close to Ken Bracewell. Well, Ken Bracewell has added a certain amount of cool organization to this Stomper club, despite the fact that he's had devastating injuries. Marasco taking it one-on-one. Callahan is not charged with the trip, and it's Hudson on the move. Irving, and a battle over there is Dusnep. Hockey with Irving. He tries to kick it away, and Pocky now will clear. Peterson, number 21, and Andy Atuegru. Comes out to Whalen. On the near side of Rowland. Rowland with Foss on him. Tries the chip on the cut across. Hockey is there once again with Alec Lindsay. Lindsay up to Rubestov. He heads it to delay it at midfield. And he can't quite get across the field to Morosco. With a little bit better control, he could have had a nice pass to Charlie.
Yeah, he really could. He should have been a first-time ball, actually. He did a good chest wrap, and then he hesitated.
Atuegbu, a power shot, might have caught him sleeping.
That's the one. That's the shot. From outside, Gordon Banks, we said he was a very good goalkeeper, and he's been at the top for a few years, but he's very susceptible to those shots from a long range.
Rubestov battling Whalen, and he gets the header back to Enders. Enders tries to put it in there, but nobody there. And it's cleared out. That's Rosenthal. Rosenthal, look out. Dusnep. And Rosenthal gets back in time as Dusnep is looking for some trailer help. Oh, Messing is there to catch the header out of the air from Norman Piper.
And Shep Messing looking at the linesman and saying, "Where is your flag? Where is your flag?" He looked as if he was standing in an offside position. The referee might have said, "Well, okay, Shep, you caught the ball, but just let play go on. Keep the game flowing."
Looking for Rubestov, and he gets it deflected away. Charlie Morosco having trouble getting it in there that time, was disgusted with himself. Callahan at midfield with Lindsay right on him. Back to Hudson. It could be a devastating evening tonight as far as temperature and humidity here at Fort Lauderdale. We were expecting a much higher humidity, but we have a nice cool breeze that is helping the situation out. Messing to clear, and with no score in the first period, with 10:59 still remaining, let's pause for these messages.
There's no doubt about it. You feel better when you drive a shiny, new-looking automobile. And a good-looking car seems to run just a little better, too. Now is the perfect time to get that good feeling back again at the Miracle Auto Painting Store. In many cases, reconditioning your automobile takes only one day at one of Miracle's convenient locations. So for fine automobile painting and body repair, and for greater enjoyment of the fun days ahead, drive to the Miracle Professionals and start feeling better again.
Keep your eye on the Stompers while you take a look at another great performer, Plymouth Arrow. The sharp, sporty little action car that hits the bullseye for good mileage. You get 38 miles per gallon on the highway, 27 in the city. And talk about convenience, this handy hatchback has a fold-down rear seat, tinted glass to cut glare, and reclining buckets to keep you comfortable. Arrow also comes in your choice of 3 different models. See the sharp performer, Arrow, at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and score your own goal for economy and fun driving, too.
Chips ahead, stopped by Peterson. Back to Hudson.
Rosenthal on the far side, get boxed in. The Strikers trying to penetrate, but they just haven't been able to go through. They've tried to going over and going around, but they haven't been able to penetrate up the middle very well. Jamari dishes it off. Messing is there. Nice work by Peter Enders.
The most dangerous side of the Momadart has been over on the left, where Hudson and Dusnip have been combining, and then Irving has been coming out of the middle and trying to draw our centre-back Patty or Lee away from the centre to open the space up.
That time Rollins trying to take it in. Look out. Misconnection with Atuegbu and Morosco. That's Piper. And Pucky once again. What a job he's done one-on-one.
He's taking the ball off these attackers, and I don't know. From where I'm sitting, Arch, it didn't look too bad a foul to me. In fact, it didn't look like a foul.
Callahan is going to go for the free kick. You see Lindsay and Volker Foss with a 2-man wall inside the penalty area. Shep Messing on the far left side of the net. He puts it all the way across. Whalen puts a header. Look out! Goal! David Irving.
Yes.
They put Whalen all the way up with the superior height and strength, and Irving was there.
Yeah, very good. That Piper set that goal up. Piper got up to the ball in the air, nodded it down, and then It was just easy there for Irving to put it into the back of the net.
Let's check it now. Cross court.
There it is. It's down. It's nodded down by Piper. And look, Irving just came to meet the ball into the space that was created. And there's the first goal for Fort Lauderdale.
Morosco trying to break through. Robostov, look out, there it goes. The loose ball, Banks comes in. Morosco battling it out. Can he do it? He lets it go. Tony Morosco.
Terrific. Oh, but the referee is back for an infringement.
Offside.
Oh.
And look out, the strikers are bringing the ball back into play as some of the stoppers arguing with the official. Let's watch the replay.
And it looks
now
as
they've
if
got a defender back in the net.
There's a defender back on the goal line, and I can't think what that was called back for. There was a defender standing on the goal line. Unless Gordon Banks was so far out of his goal that Archie Robostov was between Gordon Banks and the defender.
That was the possibility.
And so there was only one defender between Robostov and the goal. Oh, but that's very bad luck because that was an excellent taken opportunity.
Sam Rosenthal with 6:21 remaining in the first half. A 1-0 striker game right now. July 21st is the day all of you Stomper fans should keep in mind. That's the night the New York Cosmos make their only Bay Area appearance as another great Oakland-New York rivalry is inaugurated on Oakland Coliseum turf. Franz Beckenbauer and the rest of the Cosmos will take on Charlie Morosco in crowd on Friday, July 21st at 8 p.m. Get your reservations by calling the Stomper ticket office at 632-GOAL, G-O-A-L. .541 still remaining here in the first half. The Stompers throw in. That's Lesh. Double team pushed down to the turf by Jamari. We have a very vocal crowd here in Fort Lauderdale, Jack.
Very vocal crowd, and of course all the fouls that are going their way, they're really cheering them on. But that was a well-taken opportunity by Charlie Morosco there on that last play when the ball went into the net, and very unfortunate that goal doesn't register.
Atuegu trying to chase it down. It takes a nice kick for him, and he gets it into Foss. Robostov trying to get in the center position as Foss gets it knocked back to him. Whalen finally. Wait a minute. He's going back to the Stompers. Strikers trying to convince the official.
Sure, it's they're saying my ball, our ball, you know, and the referee's saying I'm in charge. I know which way it went. These balls have got to come across a little bit cleaner, Art, from that from the outside. You've noticed we've had 2 or 3 corner kicks and also balls that are crossed over, and they're either too high, too far out, or they don't get across. They must be put across between about the 6-yard box and the penalty spot, and then somebody up there challenging for the ball, and then we have a chance.
That veteran number 5, Pocky, sure gets into the air. Here's a chance. Morosco running it down, kicks it back. Look out! Morosco fighting his way. He gets the ball jammed up. The referee back at midfield. No call. Dusnap to Piper. He heads it in. Look out, Irving. Ooh, what a play. And it'll be a tripping on Lesh. Atack gets the call.
The referee has called tripping on that foul, on that play, and from up here it looked as if Lee Atack went. He tackled from behind, but he definitely took the ball first. I don't know if we can see that on a replay, Art. That would be interesting. The Stompers now making a 4-man wall, 5-man wall.
And to try to get around it. Jamari, number 20, and the whistle blows again. Messing working the lower left side of the net on the free kick.
There's 4 men in the Stomper wall blocking out the goal, so a direct shot can't be taken.
Callahan to the far side. Enders battling it out with it. Crossing it over, look out! Oh, luckily two strikers collided, and we might have an injury on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there.
Kamari put his foot right into Dustep, and Dustep is down on the field.
All you striker likers, Monday night at 6:30, Victoria Station will host a special videotape showing.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. Two striker players going for the ball, and they both collided, and looks as if Hugh Smith came out the worst of it.
That's on Monday night, June 12th at
This
6:30
Wednesday,
p.m. at the Victoria Station.
the Oakland Stompers return home to the Oakland Coliseum, and don't forget they'll meet the Houston Hurricanes. That's a 7:30 match. Stompers opening this road trip last Sunday with the 1-0 win over the Hurricane in the Astrodome, and the Oakland rematch is almost certain to provide another full evening of North American Soccer League action at its best. That's Wednesday night at the Coliseum. It'll also be disco night with a special disco training session planned for halftime. So don't miss the Stomper Hurricane contest at 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, and join in the Oakland Stompers disco night. Stomper ticket office is open right now. Get ready for your order. Just call 632-GOAL, GOAL. Let's pause right now with a score 1-0. Fort Lauderdale over Oakland with 3 minutes.
American men are such beasts. I adore them. But there are times when they can be irritating. Such roughnecks. That's when I say, put a little English on your Track 2 razor. These Wilkinson 2 cartridges slip right in, so most twin-blade razors can have the famous Wilkinson edge. Be a smooth American. Put a little English on your Track 2 razor.
Your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers now bring you even more action on the screen with Cordoba, the Chrysler for action people who like their comfort and luxury and like it delivered in style. Cordoba's become the best-selling Chrysler ever introduced because it gives people what they want. And if what you want is sun and fresh air while you drive, get your Cordoba with an optional sun or T-bar roof or Corinthian leather seating, the option that says luxury and comfort loud and clear. See the action car for action people at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Action once again at 2:43, 1-0. Fort Lauderdale leading. David Irving is coming off the field. He is definitely out of the game. Two-step.
Coach Ron Newman at the moment hasn't made a substitution.
The attack going over, but out in front is Hudson. Oh, Meshing is there.
Now, well covered by Shep there. Coach Ron Newman hasn't made a substitution yet because we're so close to the half. He's going to see if Irving is going to be all right after halftime, and then he can put him straight back in. If he makes a substitution, obviously Irving can't come back into the game.
Roberstadt pushes well into the turf.
A little bit of pushing there, and the linesman didn't signal it. Just let the play go on, and it's an Oakland Stompers throw.
Let's take a close look at it now. Lesh inside gets stripped of the ball, but look at here. That's where the push occurred.
Yeah.
Enders kick is wide. And Gordon Banks for the goal kick.
There's a 1974 White Grand Prix with a red top in the parking lot. License number AD3377. Your lights are on.
Banks crossing it to midfield now. Kumari. Gets it back to Rowan, who chips it into the far corner. Pocky running it down, lets it go out. Shields it from Hudson as it goes out.
Stompers goal kick. Don't miss the next issue of Kick Magazine, featuring a cover story on Seattle Sounders defender Jim McAllister, one of last year's great rookies in the North American Soccer League.
Jimari, number 20, gets double teamed, and Pocky and Lindsay, he goes to the turf. He's down, and let's see what the call might be.
Well, the referee's called a tripping call. He's having a word with Alec Lindsay, and Alex says, well, he just fell over my foot. You know, I put my foot out.
Let's take another look at it right here. You see, Lindsay comes in from behind on him as it's a give and go. Back into the corner. He's going for the ball, but gets a piece of the flesh before. A chip over the wall, heading it in. Oh, Messing gets a great hand on it. Ooh, what an adjustment in midair with the left hand.
Just like a cat there, Shep Messing. The ball is...
Let's take a look. Watch the head, slice it across, and he right hands it up and over the net.
Now, excellent save by Shep Messing, right on the half as well. That could have been devastating if that ball would have gone into the goal or not.
In the process, time runs out. So the first half ends with the score. Fort Lauderdale 1, the Oakland Stompers 0.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon with outstanding traction and stability on any kind of road. Because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon gives you 35 miles per gallon highway, 24 city. Horizon, Motor Trend Magazine's Car of the Year. For new comfort, new confidence in snow, rain, and wind. New Plymouth Horizon.
Horizon can handle it.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way, and so can you. With mild, happy days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Art Ekman along with Jack Hyde here at halftime, and Jack, it's starting to get a little warm, especially with jackets on here, but I can imagine what it's like after running out on the field like the Stompers and the Strikers are doing. They've got to be worthy of a break right now.
Oh, for sure. It's very hot out there, very humid, and they'll be in there putting the cold water on and taking the drinks and everything like that and relaxing. But it's a very, very exciting game so far. I'm glad I came, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I would double that thought that it is a most exciting contest, and I'm really quite surprised, to tell you the truth, that the Stompers have had so many opportunities in the first half. As we've seen on the road trip so far at the Houston Astrodome and at Tampa Bay, there weren't that many offensive opportunities in the first period for the Stompers, but the defense is looking very similar.
No, it's looking very good so far. It's a great shame that goal by Charlie Marasco straight after the Fort Lauderdale goal wasn't counted. You know, I think they must have called an offsides probably on Archie Roberstaff, who was in the center. It looked from here. Because Gordon Banks was way out of his area, but it was an excellent opportunity and taken well by.
One thing, one observation, I think, the difference between forwards from the Strikers and for the Stompers is that when the Stompers' penetrating pass gets to the side of the wing or even inside, it doesn't flow right into an offensive movement. It seems to hesitate at that point, whereas the Strikers, as I think we will see on the first goal, it's a fluid teamwork motion in toward the net.
Yeah, the Strikers on a couple of their opportunities. Let's just watch this. There's a free kick taken over a wall of two men, so he has to lift it.
Callahan, and we see Whelan moving in for the
There
header.
he is. Whelan's up. He lays the ball down. Shep just gets his hand to it, but it rebounds, and there is Irving to put it back into the net. And the header by Whelan was played well wide of Shep Messing, so he had to go out full stretch, so we can't really blame Shep for that situation. I think it was just a well-executed goal, but that's the sort of thing that happens in a game.
In that opportunity, Whaling, being as strong as he is, Whelan, the big boy, gets up high and is able to head it in there like that.
Yeah, it's very good. You see a lot of that play in England, but he was very good, strong shot. He was up in the air and arched his back well, shut out the defender and down. I think our defender was probably the wrong side of him. He was caught at the back thinking that the ball was going to go over the top. But
on the positive side, the Stomper defense has been very exciting and very effective in its teamwork.
Definitely. If we have a look at the monitor there, we've got shots on goal. We have 6 for the Stompers and Strikers 16. But don't forget that a lot of the Strikers shots have been from outside of the area and have gone wide. And we saw the same sort of thing in Houston. And we managed to get a win over there.
We see in corner kicks it's 5-5, but the effective corner kicks have been coming from the Strikers' side. As you mentioned during the telecast, that the Stomper corner kicks have not been right on the mark, and this might be because a guy named Jeff Wagerly used to do a great deal of effective corner kicking and crossing the ball. And of course, we might reiterate for those tuning in late, a rib injury sustained in the Tampa Bay game has put him out of action for maybe 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's the problem, of course. We're missing Jeff on the outside, and we found their weakness already, and it's on that left fullback position of theirs, and Charlie's been round the outside of him. Volker Fass has been round the outside. Alex Lesh has been round the outside. Everybody's been round the outside, and that's where it's got to be. But the balls have got to come very accurate, either hard and low across the goal, and then we have to have a timed run from either Archie or Andy in the center or Charlie.
Jack, I can't get away from this road trip, the 3-game road trip, without mentioning the fact that we've been filming a great deal of the off-the-field antics of the Stompers, and it's...
And low across the goal, and then we have to have a timed run from either Archie or Andy in the center or Charlie.
Jack, I can't get away from this road trip, the 3-game road trip, without mentioning the fact that we've been filming a great deal of the off-the-field antics of the Stompers, and it's great to see this team molding together personally as well as on the field.
Yeah, it is. It's like a different club. In fact, about a week ago, I made a comment to someone. I thought I'd moved away from the Oakland Soccer Club. I thought I'd joined another soccer club, you know. It's a great feeling. Anyway, you know, everybody's coming together really well.
To give you a little idea about it, of course, Archie Rubestov is known as Bananas because of his antics, and he got together with Alec Lindsay one day, and he said, Art, if you've been out to the ocean, it's very warm, it's very nice. And I said, no, I hadn't had the opportunity. He says, well, just look out when Alec Lindsay goes in the water, because when he floats on his back, people think it's a shark cutting through the water with his schnoz sticking up like the way it is.
That's right. There's a lot of nose jokes going around on this troop, yeah.
And Archie should talk, right?
That's right. I keep on facing forwards, you know, so he doesn't have to get a go at me.
But there's been a lot of that type of camaraderie that's been very interesting to see this Stomper club come together, despite the injuries that could put pressure on everyone. Right now at halftime, the score, the Fort Lauderdale Strikers 1, the Oakland Stompers 0. We'll be back after this word.
What would you call a car that gives you outstanding stability and handling in snow, wind, and rain? What would you call a car with rack and pinion steering, AM radio, white wall radial tires, front disc brakes, and front-wheel drive standard? Motor Trend magazine calls it the car of the year. Plymouth calls it Horizon. New Plymouth Horizon. To go anywhere in comfort and confidence.
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer. And I love tobacco. But I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. And so can you. With mild Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. But the best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Second half starts, and Gordon Banks defending the goal to your right. For the Strikers, Shep Messing off to your left. Ronson is now in for Irving. Irving, as you might recall, in the first half, re-injuring the same leg that he injured in Oakland.
Yes, he's had a problem with his knee there, and you see that they brought number 7 Ronson in, but Ronson is playing outside. It looks as if they've moved Dewsnip into the center.
Callahan, number 11, dishing it off to Hudson. Roy Hudson, that's Volker Fass. Dewsnip, Alec Lindsay. Lindsay's played an excellent game. This is one of the most exciting games we've seen all year for the Stompers. It's been a great one. On the move, the crowd rises up as Gamari. Piper back to Gamari on the sideline. That's Enders on him. Alec Lindsay trying to break it up, but breaking through. A nice play by Foss.
Ball goes to the outside, picked up by Jamera.
Jamera crossing it high and a little long. Rosenthal is there and gets a beautiful wrap around that body kick. Hudson, number 4. Gamari. And it's back to the Stompers. Andy Atiaiku. Enders. Enders a good steady player, Jack Hyde.
Yeah, really very good. He's bringing the ball out. But I just want to make a comment on Andy Ategbu there. I'm sure Ken has told him at halftime. We didn't see too much of him, and he wasn't coming back into his own penalty area enough. So I'm sure Ken said to him, hey, Andy, come on, let's go. Second half.
Oh, Lesh with a good opportunity with Andy on the wing. Just couldn't get it to him. And the Strikers, Callahan at midfield. The chip coming in. Piper bringing it back on Callahan. Good strong kicker. Back to Piper. Piper hooks one and missing. Gets a hand on it and out of bounds it goes. Over the goal line. That ball was curving.
It was curving, all right. That was a real spinner. It was coming in, and Shep didn't quite think it was safe to catch it, and so he pushes his arms out and punches it around for a corner.
Bill Ronson, the substitute, will be number 7 in the Strikers uniform. Hudson, the corner kicker for the Strikers.
He's going to take it with his right foot, and it'll swing out.
Once again, we have Whelan long. Archie breaks in front of him as Whelan goes out of bounds with the ball on.
Now, you notice that was a deceiving corner kick. Everybody in the defense, in the area, they expected the ball to swerve out a little bit, but it didn't. It just went straight across, and in fact, it almost caught Shep and a couple of our defenders a little bit off guard because they had to turn around and watch that ball.
Charlie Marasco controls at midfield off a Rosenthal goal kick. Callahan breaking it up. Dusnip, instead of going to Ronson, brings it back to Hudson. And now to the field general, Callahan, reversing it.
Headed inside by Jamiri, headed out by
Ronson gets it knocked away. Going down on the play is Rowland. Lesh. He's got Andy on the wing and can't see him or is not looking.
Yeah, Alec was a little bit slow there. He cut inside. He came the wrong way. The ball should have been a first-time ball out to Andy and spread their defense.
Hudson racing down the side. Lesh trying to catch up. Rosenthal cutting off the angle.
Now Hudson took a little dive there. He saw that he couldn't reach the ball, and so he went down and appealed to the referee for a free kick, but no, only if it's intentionally tripping.
Foss gets it to Andy Andreaku. Working on Hudson, takes it in the middle, chips it for Marasco, but right there is Peterson. Now Marasco again. Dusnap really bottling up Charlie on the double team.
Yeah, really, but he was also helped there. Charlie kind of turned the wrong way and ran into trouble. Referee's called a tripping foul there on Andy Otegbu. Direct free kick to Fort Lauderdale.
Kamari, number 20, the one that hit the deck, and he puts it across to Hudson. Piper, double team. Puts it to the backside of Hudson on the far side. I should say Ronson, Bill Ronson, number 7. 1-0, Fort Lauderdale, second half. 39-31 remaining. Let's pause.
Do you have Marantz or Pioneer?
They're good brands, but we don't carry them. We only stock the B&B line, Bill and Bob. Good as any. They're all the same anyway, right, Bob?
Right, Bill. The Soundworks knows they're not all the same, so we only stock name brands. Until June 18th, we've got this Techniques receiver right now at only $119. Fisher 12-inch three-way speakers for just $79 each, and a TIAC cassette deck for just $129. The Soundworks. It's like all the best stereo stores put together.
Keep your eye on the Stompers while you take a look at another great performer, Plymouth Arrow. The sharp, sporty little action car that hits the bullseye for good mileage. You get 38 miles per gallon on the highway, 27 in the city. And talk about convenience, this handy hatchback has a fold-down rear seat, tinted glass to cut glare, and reclining buckets to keep you comfortable. Arrow also comes in your choice of 3 different models. See this sharp performer, Arrow, at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and score your own goal for economy and fun driving, too.
See him on Wednesday night to meet the Houston Hurricanes at 7:30. The Stompers opening this road trip last Sunday in Houston with the exciting 1-0 victory over the Hurricane. And Oakland rematch is certain to provide another full evening of North American Soccer League action at its best. Wednesday night at the Coliseum also will be disco night with a special disco training session planned for halftime with Gary and Gloria Poole, National Disco Dance Team Championship. They're the champions. So don't miss the Stomper Hurricane contest at 7:30 Wednesday. And joining the Oakland Stompers Disco Night. Stomper ticket office is open right now and ready to take your order. Just call 632-GOAL.
Okay, come on, Andy Otegbu. We need a good corner kick now. It's taken short, and it's played out for another corner, so there's now a second chance. You know what? You think that you could put some spin on a ball and make it curve and bend and dip and bounce in the air, maybe just only in baseball, but in soccer it's exactly the same. You can put spin on it. Can do some funny things.
Let's see what Andy can do. And this is a good angle to check it. Not quite enough curve on it, and it's batted out. The header by Callahan. Dewsnap, 17. Hockey going after him, gets around. He loses a shoe. Dewsnap, and it goes out.
Ball goes out over the touchline. Last touch by
He's holding his ankle.
Timeout on the field.
You notice on that play that Packy went for the tackle, but Lee Atack was supporting very well, so the Dewsnap had to knock the ball ahead of him and then get round Packy, but then, as we say, Lee was supported at such a good angle and such a good distance.
Let's check it once again as Dewsnap down the left side. Hockey making his commitment there.
He moves the ball to the side, and Lee Atack is there in the picture and would have been able to
Hockey just stepped on his shoe and just took it right off his foot.
Unfortunate, huh? No, I don't think it was a meaningful foul. Just shoes seemed to get interlocked and his shoe came off.
Hudson. Ronson, Bill Ronson, number 7. Back to Callahan. Damari trying to set him up once again. He tries for the boot, but it's high and over the goalpost. Gent from England has come into the game. That's his really first contact with the ball that we've noticed. Coming over from the 3rd division in England. Hockey. Callahan comes in and clips the referee. The referee is in pain right now. Enders over to Rubistov. There to intercept things is Jamari. Callahan. Callahan stepping it up. Hooked over the goal by Shep.
This man Callahan has just got to be watched very closely. He's the generator. That was a shot from probably about 25 yards. And Shep, there was nothing else Shep could do but to put it over the bar. He was a bullet.
He was England's Footballer of the Year at 74, a couple of years after Banks. And as we mentioned in the first half, a teammate in Liverpool with Alec Lindsay. Callahan just on loan to this club, and they really got a gem when they brought him into midfield.
I'm going to have a word with Alec Lindsay and see if he can entice him over to our side, you know.
Oh, those two get revved up. There's something else.
They have a good time.
Out of the corner. Lindsay pulling his hands out there as quickly as he could.
Saying, I didn't trip him, referee. I didn't trip him.
Over the touchline. Strikers still in.
Strikers inside the 35 once again. Atack heading it out. Callahan at the 35-yard line. Tries to put it in. Shep wisely goes out to get it, to control it, and he brings it out to Charlie Morasco.
Gentlemen, the official attendance at
on the attack, broken up by Ridley. And Banks to pick it up and toss it out. 9,338 fans here at Fort Lauderdale's Lockhart Stadium. The training ground just across the way for the New York Yankees, spring training. That'll give you some idea. Oh, what a great move by Messing, as Piper got the right-footed kick away from right out in front. Andy Otegbu overrunning it.
Excellent reaction there by Shep Messing in goal. And Oakland Stompers have taken off Archie Robistoff and brought on Andy McCulloch up in the front line, seeing if something else can be added up there.
1-0, Fort Lauderdale's. They toss it inside the 35-yard territory. 32 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's pause for these words.
You can't buy my eye, you can't buy my technique, but you can buy my camera, the Olympus OM1. You can't buy my instincts, but you can buy my camera. The Olympus OM1, a third smaller and lighter than those clumsy old single-lens reflexes.
In fact, more Olympus OM1s have been sold than any other compact SLR. It may be news to you, but the OM1 is #1.
I may not have their eye. Now I have their camera.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer, and I love tobacco, but I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way, and so can you. With mild, Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
Join the Oakland Stompers on the 4th of July as they battle the explosive Portland Timbers and then sit back and enjoy one of the most colorful games at that time. Dewsnip breaking in, number 17.
But again, the same situation that would happen in the first half. I thought we'd corrected that. Oakland had corrected that midway through the first half, but there was a man free way on the outside. The ball was changed to the opposite side, and the Fort Lauderdale man was there standing all by himself.
Here's Hudson. He puts it on the ground to Piper. Back to Hudson. Puts it up into the air, but it's not controlled well, and Enders is there. Alec Lesh with his head down, and he's surrounded by 3 strikers. Get it away to Enders. There it is. Now he's got the man on the wing. Look at that. The difference in experience shown right there.
Yeah, definitely. Peter saw that the gap was being closed up, and so turned and beat the man and laid it off to the other side, changing direction.
Foss in on Whelan. That's Lesh. Roscoe on the wing. Puts it through. Oh, just missing the right corner low.
He saw a space there, Art, and Gordon Banks was out of his goal. He saw a space and just pushed it just wide of that goal. But it looks as if we had another offsides called there.
Callahan chasing it down on the far side.
There's a substitution on the scat list. Into the match, number 12, Andy McCulloch, replacing...
As we were saying, though, coming up on the 4th of July, the Portland Timbers, and a great fireworks display, one of the finest in the Bay Area, will be right after that game. Also, the first 3,000 youngsters entering the stadium receiving an official NASL soccer ball. That's Tuesday at 7:30 on the 4th of July, the triple-header action with the Stompers meeting the Timbers. Free ball night, and the Stompers fans own spectacular fireworks display. Ronson looking around. Hudson, the Dewsnap, and Lee Atack puts it out. Stomper ticket office open right now and ready to take your order. Just call 632-GOAL and get your seat. Not only for the 4th of July, that great spectacle, but also coming up the next home game on Wednesday for the Houston Hurricanes. 1-0 on a David Irving goal in the first half. And it has been one of the more interesting games we've seen all year.
This season certainly gets packed in with action. Next week we're going to be starting some soccer camps. We're going up to Vallejo next week, and we've got a number of sign-ups up there. We're going to take a couple of players each day and be meeting the kids and moms and dads and anyone who would like to come. And the week after next, we're in Oakland, and then we have about another 5 planned. So if anyone's interested, if they just call the office 632-GOAL, then we have all the information readily available.
The strong kick of Callahan going wide.
A shot by Rowland there came up, and he took a shot, and it deflected off Alec Lindsay. Went out for a corner kick. But we keep on getting these games, Art, where we keep on having shots on goal, 23 to the Oakland Stompers 7, but they're not scoring goals. Now, either we're playing very, very teams that are very, very poor at shooting, or I don't think so. I think we're doing something correct back in that defense, and that is packing the penalty area. So they're having to take these shots from outside.
Dewsnap the head try. As Lesh to Atack. He's got Andy in the middle. Morosco on the far wing, and he chooses Morosco. Poker coming in. Poker Foss. Trying to penetrate with Enders. Enders is in between the pack, and it's broken up nicely. Goodley. Alex Lindsay coming through. Why Rollins didn't get his another penalty on that one, I'll never know, but he leads the strikers in penalties.
Well, the Stompers still have possession now.
Lesh
Now let's see what we can do with it.
Trying to sneak it through to Andy McCulloch. Tests the ball up into the air and bangs this down with it. Dewsnap. That's Callahan. And at midfield with a score 1-0. Fort Lauderdale over Oakland. 26:42 remaining in the ball game. Let's pause.
There's no doubt about it. You feel better when you drive a shiny, new-looking automobile. And a good-looking car seems to run just a little better, too. Now is the perfect time to get that good feeling back again at the Miracle Auto Painting Store. In many cases, reconditioning your automobile takes only one day at one of Miracle's convenient locations. So for fine automobile painting and body repair, and for greater enjoyment of the fun days ahead, drive to the Miracle Professionals and start feeling better again.
Your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers now bring you even more action on the screen with Cordoba, the Chrysler for action people who like their comfort and luxury and like it delivered in style. Cordoba's become the best-selling Chrysler ever introduced because it gives people what they want. And if what you want is sun and fresh air while you drive, get your Cordoba with an optional sun or T-bar roof or Corinthian leather seating, the option that says luxury and comfort loud and clear. See the action car for action people at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
To Bots.
Art Ekman along with Jack Hyde from Fort Lauderdale. 1-0. The strikers ahead of the Oakland Stompers right now. Charlie Morosco, number 10. Sneaks it in. McCulloch gets it taken away. Broken up by Lesh. Lesh is trying to hold his man away from it. Callahan coming back.
Well, referee calls an obstruction foul on Alex Lesh.
Let's take a look at it. McCulloch going for it. Gets sliced off. And there's Lesh. Loose ball. McCulloch just can't quite control. Can't sneak it through.
And there's a little bit of 50-50 there, I think. I think they think they're dancing, you know.
Hey, the disco contest is not till later.
That's next week. I'm
Wednesday
sorry.
night.
That's Wednesday night.
At the Oakland Coliseum, right.
Need a little bit of practice.
Oakland Stompers versus the Houston Hurricane.
There's the Schlitz Stack-A-Up contest and the Miami Herald Dynamite T-shirt giveaway.
Lesh over to Alec Lindsay.
In high style on August 4th when
Lindsay chipping it long. McCulloch on the run. McCulloch has really not had an opportunity to get into motion, to get into timing with this club, has he?
That's right. He seems to be going halfway on that run. I feel that he should have gone all the way. He should have gone all the way to the sideline, taken the man out with him, and then it opens up the hole in the center. It's no good running halfway and then stopping, because Alec Lindsay is very, very good with that left foot. He can hit a dime, you know. You put a dime down in the middle of the penalty box and he'll hit it with that ball.
July 21st is the day all of you Stomper fans should keep in mind. That's the night the New York Cosmos make their only Bay Area appearance of the season, as another great Oakland-New York rivalry is inaugurated on the Oakland Coliseum turf. Stomper ticket office open right now for your calls at 632-GOAL. So it's a good idea to get your best seating for your reservations right now for that game, because there's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a great contest, Jack.
I think so. I think it'll be a very good one. Very good one.
Chinaglia, Beckenbauer. 1-0 in this contest from Fort Lauderdale. 23:20 remaining. Art Ekman along with Jack Hyde to bring you the play-by-play action.
You know, during this trip, and fortunately because of the injuries, you know, with Jeff Wegerle, things don't just stand still then, Art. Let's just watch this play.
Ooh, that's awfully close.
That's very close. That's too close for comfort. But Shep was way down on the floor with his right arm outstretched, and obviously had that goalpost covered, and he went about 3 yards wide.
That must be something tremendous to acquire, the feeling of how far you can go or should go to adequately cover that goal. It's that close, you make a try for it. Lindsay stripping the ball. He won the battle on the far side with Ronson. And Rosenthal crossing it for Andy Atuekwu. Hudson getting there first. Peterson putting it deep. And Piper is there. Back to Hudson. Nice play by Pocky.
It's very good. They close that play up very well.
Enders has been doing a lot of midfield running in this ball game. Lesh turning around almost. Well, there's only one-on-one that time, but he gets it over to Enders. From Morosco running it down. 1-0 game. 21:46 remaining. Second half. Booker Foss, and it's wide to the right.
Yeah, wide to the right there. Saying out with the injury situation, I know as soon as we found out that Jeff Wegerle was out for 4 to 6 weeks, there's no sitting back. The Milan Mandrick and Dick Berg were instantly into action, and I know Milan spent the whole day, in fact, on the phone to Europe, to other clubs in the NASL, trying to secure replacements for Jeff or to see who is available.
Milan's the kind of guy, he comes to you and he says, now, Art, I promise you. And that's basically what he's done to the Bay Area public. He says, I'm promising you the best effort possible.
For sure, he doesn't leave anything unturned. He's to get a good side and a winning side on that field.
Okay, but 20:53 remaining in the second half. 1-0, Fort Lauderdale over Oakland. We'll break for these messages.
Okay, all you motorcycle mamas, we're live at Kawasaki with Pacific Stereo. Woo! Together with the sounds of summer. Make your deal on a Kawasaki KZ1000 or KZ400 or a Z1R and get a $200 or $400 value certificate from Pacific Stereo. Boogie fast, baby. This offer expires July the 15th. So come on and let the good sounds roll.
Shep Messing for Smokeless Tobacco.
I love soccer. And I love tobacco. But I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. And so can you. With mild Happy Days mint, Skoal with the fresh wintergreen flavor, and Copenhagen for straight tobacco taste. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. But the best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
1-0, 19:40 remaining in the ball game. Fort Lauderdale in the lead. Booker Foss setting up Sam Rosenthal, gets it back again. When the Stompers return home tonight, we're planning a surprise reception for them, and you're invited. The Stompers return from this 9-day, 3-game road trip at 8 p.m. Sunday night on National Airlines Flight 49 at the San Francisco International Airport. End your weekend by greeting Chef Charlie and all the Stompers tonight at the San Francisco Airport, and join in on the fun with the Cork Poppers, the Stomper staff, and all your Stomper friends. That's at the San Francisco International Airport, Flight 49, National Airlines. 18:54 remains. Ray Hudson with Pocky greeting him there. Pocky staying right with him and coming out with Hudson.
Yeah, he's got to Hudson, who's now has been very dangerous, and if he'd have just backed up, he'd have taken him into the area.
Callahan, strong left foot kick. My correction. Roland breaking it from the outside. He has a similar look to Callahan.
Yeah,
maybe moves a little quicker forward.
Yeah, they do look a similar
but his
build
kick
there.
is as powerful.
Yes.
There's McCullough. Over to Morosco, controlling with the head. Oh, dangerous as they bring the knee up, but no call. Rosenthal trying to cover. Shep comes out. Dewsnip on the run from the wing.
This is a very exciting game now, Art, for these fans here and for everyone, because it's end-to-end stuff. You notice both sides are leaving forwards up, and the midfield is quite open, and the ball's just going from one end to the other.
There's Callahan, number 11, over to Dewsnip. Piper, and it's an offside.
Called offside, even though he may have been level with Packy there. If you're level with only one man between you and the goal line, then that's offsides.
Peter Enders, the Foss. Foss is going to take it down the right side. Marasco against Whelan. Cross kick. Headed out of there. Enders controls over to Lesh, and he gets it taken away. Ridley, number 5. Look at the speed. Good quickness.
Yeah, the speed was very good, but the control wasn't so good. And although he was about half a yard ahead of Alec Lindsay, he just couldn't control the ball, and out it went.
Billy Ronson coming in as a substitute in this game.
It's most important, Art, that you have that combination. Speed on its own without the skill usually means nothing. Skill on its own without the speed can mean nothing. But if we get a soccer player who's got speed, strength, and the skill, then we've certainly got
a lot of money.
Oh, he certainly does. I tell you.
Callahan, number 11. Nice chip shot. Dewsnip tried for it, but a nice double team as well by Rosenthal and Lindsay. Good shot of Sam Rosenthal there. Played on the national Israeli team some 50 games. Atuekbu takes it through a couple of Fort Lauderdale strikers, and oh, no. Ken Bracewell on the far side gets up off the bench. He can't believe it. And to tell you the truth, I'm not sure either. Bracewell usually very calm, cool, and collected. When he gets up to argue, there's usually some motive behind it.
For sure.
Hudson. Callahan. Enders coming up on him as he tries to clear, chip it in. That's Les Peterson coming up from his defender spot all the way. Rosenthal hanging back. Peterson. Rosenthal. Oh, what a nice move. Nice,
well played.
Nice outlet.
Beautiful by Sam. He beat 2 men there.
Nice
opened
pass,
the space
Enders.
up and then straight up into the midfield. And now there's something on.
Marasco chasing it down as Andy waits and screens off the mat. Rolling. Marasco. Nice placement into Andy. Andy Atuekbu tries to get it back and falls down in the process. Rollins picking the ball off. Callahan moving up. Hudson. Packy.
Very good tackle by Packy. You notice that he went down to the ground and he slid the ball out with the sole of his foot.
Dewsnip. Nice play by Sam Rosenthal and set up the pass on the tackle to Enders. Wednesday, this ball club plays at the Oakland Coliseum, meeting the Houston Hurricanes. 7:30 game. Get your reservations for tickets right now by calling 632-GOAL. 632-GOAL for your ticket reservations. Wednesday, Houston. And don't forget the July 4th game with the Portland Timbers.
That was a good combination called a 1-2 or a give and go by Lee Atack, Charlie Marasco, and back again, and Lee was going towards goal. I think Andy McCulloch should have probably moved in towards that goal and kind of read the play a little bit ahead.
We might explain. There you take a look at the statistics now. 28 shots on goal to 8 for the Stompers, and corner kicks pretty not too decisive there. Strikers with something going here. Chip missing. Bounces it back, and Lindsay is right in great position to get the rebound.
Again, we say on those shots, 28, but every game we play, it's exactly the same. And it shows it just there. He was forced to take a shot way on the edge of the box.
Let's take a look. Ronson, number 7, scooting it out to get the right foot on the ball. messing with a diving stop of it, deflects it out to Lindsay.
Yeah, it's a combination, you see. We're forcing them to take the shot on the outside, and then we have an excellent goalkeeper in there.
You're going to have to bring it back for a free kick.
Yeah, referee stopped the play. He's taking time out. He said, come on, let's have the ball back in the right place.
I might add that sometimes you do not hear the English accent of Jack Hyde. You might hear an English accent in the background. And there's a mic down near the striker's bench, and that's the voice of Ron Newman. And sometimes he has said things that Jack Hyde would not want to take credit for. But he was the coach of the year in the North American Soccer League last year, and is the winningest coach of all time in this league. Hockey right there where he's needed. But they keep it within the 35. Shep decides to come all the way out to get it. 1-0 score. 11:55 remaining in this evening's contest from Fort Lauderdale, with the Strikers leading the Oakland Stompers.
Oh, that's a...
Something else. Money.
Our motor oil is fortified with friction-reducing graphite. Its composition is unique. Tests show Arco Graphite gets up to 23 more miles per tank full of gas when compared to a conventional motor oil.
If you're not using Arco Graphite, you may be wasting gas and money.
Keep your eye on the Stompers while you take a look at another great performer, Plymouth Arrow. This sharp, sporty little action car that hits the bullseye for good mileage. You get 38 miles per gallon on the highway, 27 in the city. And talk about convenience, this handy hatchback has a fold-down rear seat, tinted glass to cut glare, and reclining buckets to keep you comfortable. Arrow also comes in your choice of 3 different models. See this sharp performer, Arrow, at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and score your own goal for economy and fun driving, too.
McCulloch on the far side. 1-0. Strikers over the Stompers here in the second half. 10:39 remaining in the game. And the Otuegu defenders. Enders with Callahan right on him. Chips it in for Charlie Marasco. Marasco tries to control it, then crosses over, but it's too far. Here comes Lesh. Ooh, right into the midsection of Banks on the ground.
Oh, beautiful. That was a good play. It changed the play from one side to the other with Charlie. And Lesh came in and hit it first time, but Banks got down very, very good. Very well. It was a good first-time shot by Alex Lesh.
Rollins on the far side.
Well, that clock keeps on ticking away, Art, and there's still only 1 goal in it. All the shots in the world by Fort Lauderdale, and still only 1 goal. But let's see now if we can, the Stompers can now pinch a goal in the next few minutes.
Andy looking for McCulloch, but Whelan comes in to head it off. You know, we're used to having good people working with us on these crews. As most fans, I think, realize when you go clear across country, you hire crews from that area. But some people just kind of go out of their way to help us out here, like Frank Gatto, our assistant director, who, unbeknownst to me, took care of a cockroach on the back of my collar. He said it was approaching the dangerous spot of going down inside my collar, and I wish to thank Frank, and as well as take the time and opportunity to thank this tremendous crew here at Fort Lauderdale for the fine job in the coverage of this ball game. We've got an injury, which the play has been stopped at 9:33 remaining in the game, according to the clock. A 1-0 game, Fort Lauderdale on top, and it looks like a cut. So let's take this opportunity to get a message from our sponsors with a score. Fort Lauderdale 1, the Oakland Stompers 0.
There's no doubt about it. You feel better when you drive a shiny, new-looking automobile. And a good-looking car seems to run just a little better, too. Now is the perfect time to get that good feeling back again at the Miracle Auto Painting Store. In many cases, reconditioning your automobile takes only 1 day at one of Miracle's convenient locations. So for fine automobile painting and body repair, and for greater enjoyment of the fun days ahead, drive to the Miracle Professionals and start feeling better again.
Your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers now bring you even more action on the screen with Cordoba, the Chrysler for action people who like their comfort and luxury and like it delivered in style. Cordoba's become the best-selling Chrysler ever introduced because it gives people what they want. And if what you want is sun and fresh air while you drive, get your Cordoba with an optional sun or T-bar roof or Corinthian leather seating, the option that says luxury and comfort loud and clear. See the action car for action people at your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
It's a standing ovation for Andy Rowland, who has a cut under the eye and is a little stunned. And coming in for Andy, who's had one whale of a ball game, is number 8, Roberto Aguirre.
Yeah, Alberto Aguirre will come in at right fullback, and
29 shots on goal for Fort Lauderdale and 9 for Oakland. Corner kicks 9-7 in Fort Lauderdale on top. As we mentioned, it's the tremendous defense of the Stompers and ball movement has made this a most exciting game. Lesh, and there to take it away was Ronson. Callahan now. They're moving the ball around with 9 minutes, 2 seconds remaining, Jack.
They're trying to just waste that time, but you never know. It's only 1 goal ahead, and one little mistake can let us in for a goal, you know, so maybe they shouldn't get too casual.
Alec Lindsay, when Ronson overran the ball, and Pakipanovich bringing it up. There you see some of the statistics we were mentioning.
Yeah, shots on goal again, 29-9. Corner kicks 9 and 7. Fouls, well, it looks as if the Stompers have fouled a little bit more, but...
Let's take a look at the Enders clash. It looked like Dustep. He was trying to protect the ball and get an elbow out.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was trying to protect the ball, and the referee called a foul on Peter.
Aguirre. Kick. Well, the referee was anxious on that one.
He blew very, very quickly on that one and pointed right to the spot, but that would be interesting to see a replay on that. Aguirre went through, he beat Lee Atack and was inside the area. Let's just watch this again, Art. There he goes through.
Enders or Poker.
Yeah, Peter Enders, I'm sorry.
The fans are coming alive. They love this.
All right, let's see what Shep Messing can do. See if he can work his magic again. He's pacing the goal.
Piper will be the artist to kick the ball.
He's getting himself really psyched up for this kick. Let's see what Shep can do.
Piper has been known as the weaker of the 3 forwards, but he kicks in well, and it's a goal. Shep is getting bombarded with things, including a smoke bomb. As the score now goes to 2-0, they can play a different type ball game.
Yeah, it was a well-taken. I don't say it was a well-taken penalty kick. It seemed to just be blasted straight at in the center. But let's just wait till well, we're going to watch the replay now.
Watch Shep too, as you know where the ball went. High to the left. He's going to the right, and he anticipated.
Sure, he just anticipated the wrong side, and so that was it. And you see the smoke's just clearing the field down by Shep now. As soon as that goal was scored, a smoke bomb came onto the field. And we lost Shep Messing in a cloud of smoke for a moment or two.
The referee is trying to cool Dick Berg down on the sideline. That's Milan Mandrick on the right. Ken Bracewell comes up. Bracewell gets a yellow card. There's Ron Newman.
I think the referee could have been a little bit hesitant on that. I don't know if it's possible to see that the foul again on that that caused that penalty kick, but it looked as if the player had gone past Peter Enders, and Peter Enders was moving towards the center, and then he fell over his leg.
When the Stompers, Jack, return home, we're, of course, planning that surprise reception for them, and everyone's invited. They'll return from this 9-day, 3-game road trip at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Or it should be tonight, because it's Sunday night, right?
Sunday night.
Tonight, National Airlines Flight 49 at the San Francisco International Airport. Piper goal. Aguirre was tripped by Enders, is the official word, at 83-40. Substitution, Jack.
Okay, 19, this is George Nanchoff, plays for the U.S. national team, or has played a few times, and looks as if he's got his left thigh strapped up. He's been out with an injury for a little while, so they're going to get him back into the game. And
Charlie Marasco, and there's Andy McCulloch taking it out against Whelan. They set it up to Rosenthal. 2-0 now, Fort Lauderdale. Andy Atuegbu coming in hard on Aguirre. 6:07 remaining in the ball game.
Well, those are the breaks, Art. Some of them go for you, some of them go against you, but it's kind of a killer blow, I think, with only five and a half minutes left to play, and to have a second goal go in.
The stoppers at this moment. There's Ron Newman.
I think he's doing,
strikers.
I think he's doing the commentary art down there.
Messing comes out and traps the ball. Nanchoff really accelerating into the area. McCulloch gets a nice pass away to Lesh. Lesh with Callahan back. Can't seem to progress forward, so sets it up. Enders trying to sneak through.
Peter was very good on goal there. It looked as if he was going to get a shot out, but then the Stamford defender there was supporting well and knocked the ball out. Here's Charlie with an in-swing. Watch this ball dip in.
Look at the curve on the ball, and it's sent up into the air by Riddle and out of bounds. John Ridley getting in there in time. Looked like Les Peterson hurt himself on that last when he put the ball out as well. Carrasco again to corner kick from the far side. 2-0, but it's been a whale of a game. We certainly hope you've enjoyed our playing of it.
A little bit too far by Charlie there.
McCulloch back to Enders, put it in. It goes high.
All right, shot was high and wide there.
With 4:15 remaining in the game, it's a 2-0 contest. Fort Lauderdale. Let's pause for this word.
Smiles come in all sizes. Here's one that's as big as all California. It's ours. We're PSA, the airline that brings more of California closer to you, which is worth remembering and smiling about.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, with outstanding traction and stability on any kind of road. Because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon gives you 35 miles per gallon highway, 24 city. Horizon, Motor Trend Magazine's Car of the Year. For new comfort, new confidence in snow, rain, and wind. New Plymouth Horizon.
Horizon can handle it.
Stompers have to move fast. Less than 3 minutes. Atuegbu. Oh, and he passes it back. No one there. Blind pass. Hudson. Shep Messing comes out. So the strikers continue to put midfield pressure on. Enders. Over to Foss.
Well, the point is now, Art, that if we're going to lose a game, then we want to try and get a goal back at least, so that because every goal counts for a point, and divisions or qualifications for the playoffs can be won or lost by the odd point.
That's true, because Fort Lauderdale, before this game, only 5 points behind the leader in their division. Messing comes out. Rolls it ahead as far as he can with 2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Enders on the attack. The Strikers pulling back 5 against 4 attackers. Roscoe to Enders, working hard. Andy out to Egbu, gets it away. Oh, just missing to the right, far right.
That was a nice combination play. That was a good ball by Peter Enders out to the wing and a good ball across by Charlie. Andy McCulloch, as his target man, knocked the ball back, and Andy Egbu with a first-time shot, which was just wide. Very good play.
1:30 remaining. Manchow. Atack, back on him. And he goes out of bounds with it over the end line. Volker, Foss, no doubt both teams rather fatigued at this moment. But the Stompers with no substitution possibilities unless Duchateau should come out. Injuries have decimated this crew. And they only had 13 suited up for the game. That's with 2 goalies. Wednesday night, the Stompers hosting Houston. And then on the 4th of July with all the fireworks, as well as soccer ball day for the kids, the first 3,000 kids. That'll be the 4th of July against the Portland Timbers. A head try, but Banks is up into the air to get it. Kakipanovich and McCulloch there in the action. Manchow, McGrory trying to run it down. McGrory looking for an opening, gets it through. Ronson, open net, he scores.
No goal.
No goal.
No goal. The linesman signaled the offside. The ball was played through. Linesman stood there and signaled offside, and referee blew.
Let's check it out now, and we can describe it, Jack.
There he goes. Baldy played out to the right. Comes in. Now watch that player who's just run off the...
but he comes back out there, Pocky.
He's now in an offside position. He receives the ball.
See the hands go in there.
Right, he's going round Shep Messing, but Ronson was clearly offside there when the ball was played to him.
Time has run down on the clock, but of course that's not the official time in the North American Soccer League. It's held down on the field by the referee. Alec Lindsay with a long English-looking pass.
And that's the end of the game, Art.
And there it is. A fine game it was, though, even though the Oakland Stompers have to absorb a 2-0 loss here in Fort Lauderdale. A return home. That's on National Flight 49 to the San Francisco airport on Sunday night, 8 p.m. We hope you can join us to welcome the Stompers back home. Of course, they've got a job cut out for them, as there's the final score. Strikers 2, Stompers nothing. Next game coming up on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. against the Houston Hurricanes at the Oakland Coliseum. Art Ekman and Jack Hyde. We'll be right back after this word.
What would you call a car that gives you outstanding stability and handling in snow, wind, and rain? What would you call a car with rack and pinion steering, AM radio, white wall radial tires, front disc brakes, and front-wheel drive standard? Motor Trend magazine calls it the car of the year. Plymouth calls it Horizon. New Plymouth Horizon, to go anywhere in comfort and confidence.
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
There's no doubt about it. You feel better when you drive a shiny, new-looking automobile. And a good-looking car seems to run just a little better, too. Now is the perfect time to get that good feeling back again at the Miracle Auto Painting Store. In many cases, reconditioning your automobile takes only 1 day at one of Miracle's convenient locations. So for fine automobile painting and body repair, and for greater enjoyment of the fun days ahead, drive to the Miracle Professionals and start feeling better again.
On them up, Joe. We got some.
All losses are disappointing, and the 2-0 loss for the Stompers here in Fort Lauderdale is without exception a disappointment to the Stompers. The first goal in the first half at 37:40, a very well executed one by David Irving. Then the second goal came in the second half on the penalty shot. Now let's take a look at it here, Jack Hyde.
Yes, you notice a very good angle on this, and Shep just went the one way, and Piper just put it into the opposite side of the net. It was just one of those things that Shep didn't try to anticipate which way he went, and it just didn't work.
And of course, Shep keeps a book on the players as far as penalty shots is concerned, but sometimes when you have younger players or players you haven't seen before, that becomes a problem as well.
That's right. He has just a split second to anticipate which way he's going to go, and the shot was, it didn't hit the side netting. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose, you know.
The shots on goal is a big difference in the stat sheet, but not as big a difference as important in the game.
Well, definitely. We said that this happens in all of the games now that we play. There's these tremendous shots on goal, but as we said, they were all from outside the penalty area, and Shep Messing made some very good saves at the back. And if we just have a look at the stats there, you see 31 to the Stompers, 12, and corner kicks 9 to 10, and fouls, well, 10 to 18, and goalie saves 6 for the Strikers and 16 for the Stompers. But again, all these shots coming from outside of the box, and we packed the penalty area very well, and it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes the breaks go for you, and sometimes they don't.
The defense tonight, Jack, looked coordinated as usual with tremendous play from Pocky and Alec Lindsay and the rest of Shep Messing doing his job as well. But perhaps Milan Mandrick now sees the urgency and all the phone calls that he's been going through the last few days of trying to get some forward help after the injuries to that forward line.
Definitely. I mean, we can't go with like 2 starters suddenly out of the game and expect to play exactly the same. We miss definitely Jeff Wegley, and we miss the speed as well of Ban Bozidar. And so, you know, you can't expect to win. But I think the turning point on this whole game was the goal that was disallowed by Charlie Marusco right after they'd scored. He came straight back, and just watch this now. Goalkeeper Banks misses it. Charlie Marusco's still on his feet. He keeps control of it. And watch Archie Roberstaff. He's moving into an offside position, but is he interfering with play? I'm not so sure that he is, but the referee's in charge, so he called it back and said, Archie, you've only got one player between the goal line and yourself who was standing on the goal. Banks was way out, and so he called it offside, and so we lost that opportunity. But that was the turning point of the whole game. Excellent goal from where I was.
Well, the Striker fans obviously happy with the outcome. The Stompers now return home on Sunday, getting in at 8 o'clock at the San Francisco airport. And then they look forward to the game against Houston Wednesday night at the Oakland Coliseum at 7:30. 2-0, the Strikers over the Stompers here from Fort Lauderdale. Let's take a look now at some of the people that made this telecast possible. The originating station, WTVJ. Spears Mallis in charge. Fred Lorenz was the supervisor. Stan Mitchell on video. Stan Farmer, audio. Keith Moeller on VTR. Charles Trice in slow-mo. Charles Stenberg, the switcher. Jerry Gorman on camera 1. Ron DeSillers on camera 2. Ralph Rennick Jr. on 3. Sil Garcia on camera 4. And Dick Bergen on camera 5. Charles Ernst in the video fund. And, of course, our great friend Frank Gatto, who got that cockroach off my back, was our station manager. Oakland Stomper Soccer, brought to you in part by your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers, who bring you a new horizon in soccer and a new horizon for America. And by the professionals of Miracle Auto Painting, offering high quality at moderate costs in automobile painting and body repair. With over 40 locations, this is Art Ekman along with Jack Hyde saying thank you for watching, and be with us on future telecasts.